And this is Uncut News. Last week, the Auditor General said someone at Atlantic Fuels needs to be punished for lying to the GRA. And today, Director Eugene Gilbert was released on $300,000 bail after being slopped with the false declaration charge. 67-year-old Gilbert denied the charge that he was trying to skip out on paying customs duties. Gilbert is expected back in court February 21st. If you remember, Atlantic Fuel Inc. was granted a license in November 2015, months after the coalition government went into office. And, interestingly enough, one of the directors of the company also happens to be former CEO GWI Dr. Richard Van West Charles, Burnham's son-in-law. So we'll keep you updated on how this plays out. It may be a new year, but if history is any indicator, I'm pretty sure Waterboy won't spend a day in jail. On New Year's Day, an underage girl reportedly abandoned her baby after giving birth at a sawmill in Qabana village in Maruka Region 1. According to Qabana's Tushao, the baby was found abandoned in a nearby grassy field around 10 a.m. Public-spirited citizens took the baby to the nearest health center where it was found to be healthy. Great. The mother was found soon thereafter, scared to death as she was keeping the pregnancy a secret from her parents. They took her to the hospital as well, as she was bleeding heavily after the birth. According to reports, the girl is scared to release the name of the child's father, probably out of fear that the village would kill him, and rightfully so, they should. Over the weekend, former Public Infrastructure Minister David Pottercake offered some harsh criticism on the recent audit of the Demerara Harbour Bridge's asphalt plant, probably in an attempt to distance himself from the matter. Anyway, he said a lot. But one thing he also mentioned was Ralston Adams' overpriced bling. He said that while Adams should be considered innocent until proven guilty, he really needs to provide a solid response to the issue, including the circumstances and decision-making process behind the purchase. But I wouldn't hold my breath, Pato. You know the excuse is going to be as crooked as your eyesight. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale is this 2015 Suzuki SX4 S-Cross. It comes with all-grip four-wheel drive, steering controls, TV, navigation stereo, crystal lights, mug rims, fog lamps, and much, much more. Pay cash for $5.1 million, or pay down as low as $1,020,000 with around $98,000 monthly, and it's yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit their showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Row Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them Noriko sent you for this sweet deal. I wish I could say an overpriced gold bracelet was the worst revelation from the investigation, but then this wouldn't be Guyana. It was revealed that despite being owed millions, the plant continued to give companies millions of dollars in asphalt, including one company who could be considered a direct competitor. The report revealed that from 2017 to 2020, Courtney Benn Construction racked up over $12 million in outstanding debt, forcing the board to cut them off until they pay the tab. The plant loaned $4.2 million in bitumen to Suresh Jagmohan, and they also loaned $13.1 million to China Railways without the board's approval. The Jagmohan one was even more confusing, seeing as Jagge here has his own asphalt plant, making him a direct competitor to the government's operation. No information was provided that led investigators to determine the rationale behind either decision. On Saturday, 2 persons were killed and a third hospitalized following a head-on collision on the Lion Path Public Road in Corriverton, East Berbice, Quarantine. Dead is 26-year-old Thurman Megnoth and 36-year-old hire car driver Nimrod Passad. The injured man has been identified as 38-year-old businessman Sheikh Mahmood of 76 Village. According to reports, the impact flung one of the vehicles, the Toyota Ist, into a nearby canal, and it burst into flames. Mahmood was admitted to the Skeldon Hospital, while the other 2 were declared dead on arrival. If you're still looking for your Rona check, don't fret, they might have just forgot to remember. Oh no, I'm just kidding, it's just late as usual. In his New Year's address, President Irjog confirmed that the money distribution will continue into Phase 2 to reach everyone who hasn't received the check yet. Great news for those of you who are still looking for an affordable smartphone. Get the Logic L60 for just $20,000. It comes with 1-year warranty and free Digicel Prime bundle. Available at Cellular Plus in the City Mall, Regent Multiplex Mall, Starbucks Square, and Sunday opening at Mossy Providence and Mossy Turkine. Don't miss out! In more Rona news, the health minister said the first batch of vaccines are expected to arrive in the nation between April and June of 2021. Dr. Anthony noted that with 192 countries under the COVAX mechanism, the nation would have a greater negotiating leverage to obtain vaccines for 20% of the population. But he could not say whether it would be the one produced by Moderna, Pfizer, or AstraZeneca. It's now time for today's Rona Report. Today, the nation recorded 21 new cases. The total number of deaths now stands at 166. There are now 4 persons in the ICU and 264 persons in home isolation. The total number of known cases in the country is now 6,379. So please, people, wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your nose and mouth and mask up before you leave the house. When you do leave home, try to avoid enclosed spaces and large crowds. And remember to give 6 feet of space between you and others. Now, let's take a look at news in the region. Beanie Man has been charged with breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act and the Noise Abatement Act in connection with an alleged illegal party in late November. The entertainer turned himself into the Block River Police Station in St. Elizabeth on New Year's Eve after a summons was issued by the cops earlier in the day. The charges stemmed from an alleged illegal party held in the parish on November 29th. Beanie Man is scheduled to appear in court on February 10th. Too many terrible drivers on the road. Don't be one of them. Book a beginner's driver's course with fast learners. Forget asking your relative to teach you. They will haul upon you like you're a dog. Fast learners are professional and makes it easy for you to learn with less anxiety. Call them now on telephone number 690-6868 or follow them on Facebook at Fast Learners Driving School. In a play straight out of some dictator's handbook, Donald Trump is accused of attempting to change the results of the election in the state of Georgia in his favor. Audio of Trump pleading and threatening Georgia's Secretary of State has surfaced, where the sitting president implores Brad Raffensperger to find enough votes to overturn Biden's victory. In the hour-long call, Trump said there's nothing wrong with saying, that you've recalculated. Even though he's a Trump supporter, he has rejected Trump's claims of voter fraud in Georgia. This is after the man supervised 3 separate vote recounts and also personally requested an audit of Cobb's County signature match system, finding them all to be without fraud. And now for our weird news story of the day. A disgruntled former Mercedes-Benz worker has been arrested over a wrecking spree at a company plant in Spain, which is estimated to have caused over $6 million worth of damage. The former car factory worker damaged at least 69 brand new Mercedes vans using a stolen JCB that he'd driven nearly 20 miles to the premises in the Basque capital of Vitoria. The furious onslaught had been a work-related revenge attack, police said, and the attack took place on the early hours of Old Year's Day. According to local reports, the suspect's crazy attack was so extreme that the security guard on site had to fire a warning shot into the air while waiting for police to arrive. Police said the man had worked at the factory between 2016 and 2017, and that they were currently investigating the incident. Who said luxury can't be affordable? Move into your own home in 2021. Lenora Estates West Coast MRR properties are within your reach. Move out of your landlord's place and put that rent towards your own 5,000 square foot property. Call or WhatsApp 592-618-5702 or +1 516 476 2172 for more info. Moving on to our Uncut News viewers poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. So, you give your responses in the comments, and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Thursday's question was, what did you want to see more of in 2021 on this show? Mirza Shaw said, as we are getting a year older, so is the technological industry. Can you add a piece about new technological innovations? Doesn't have to be international only. Want to know how Guyana is keeping up? Sure, we definitely can. Europa said, we wish that you speak as how a Guyanese would speak. Many people could barely understand what you're saying. What? Speak like a Guyanese? What? Heavens no! When was the last time you've ever heard a Guyanese reporter that doesn't throw on a fake accent when they do the news? I mean, come on. By the time we even reach immigration at JFK, we start sounding like this. Hello, I'm Enrico from Buxton. What's up, son? Ha! It's ridiculous. And Sharon Davis said, I tried to find something I would like to see on your show, but I couldn't think of any. Your show is perfect. It's the best news in a capsule ever. Pick up yourself and team. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thank you. We'll keep it coming. Good answers, people. So tonight I leave you with this question. Girls who give birth at a young age tend to have far worse outcomes in life than their peers. Worse yet, the government does very little to stop the problem. What resources do you think should be available for young teenage mothers? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in Tuesday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Enrico Bullford saying good night, folks. Hey, Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.